Hello, everybody. I'm Brian Zalewski. Thank you for visiting my portfolio site. This is going to be my YouTube video where I walk through my portfolio site. I'm currently looking for full-time employment, so just so you know. Um, but anyway, if you check out my portfolio, which is at megabyte.space, you'll see I'm trying to brand myself with the word innovation. That's really what I like to do at the end of the day. I like to use Bash, TypeScript, Angular, Ionic, 100 other different technologies to innovate, create new products, um, and improve old ones. So you can see on the portfolio site, I have a lot of statistics, and if you want to see my resume, you can click on the digital resume button or showcase. So let's click on showcase. But since I'm a front end web developer mostly, that's what I like to do for my full time work. Although I do a lot of other stuff like DevOps, infrastructure as code, back end development with Nest.js. On front end, I like to stay with usually with Angular and Ionic and Cordova, which covers a multitude of platforms. I can make a website and put it pretty much in any platform, whether that's Linux, Mac OS, Android, iOS, because I make websites that package well into hybrid applications that you could use anywhere. So anyway, so here's my resume on this page. If you scroll down, you can see a few websites I wanted to put as part of my portfolio. The first one, this one, Install Doctor, is basically a dev environment setup script. There's a lot more to it than that, but it does show a good example of a website I've built. So when you click on Install Doctor or Music Blobs on the previous screen, it'll bring you to a dedicated page where you can read about the program. But here you can kind of see it right here. Um, it's just going through. It's just a kickstart script, but there's a lot more to it, and the project has provided me with a lot of new information as I had to learn it, to learn how all these CLI tools and different programming languages fit together into an ecosystem where you combine a bunch of environment variables. That is trickier. That's easier said than done. And as for Angular apps, you could see on this screen, this is called Music Blobs. It's a music application with like Spotify single sign-on that I implemented. The application already actually has a visualizer that hooks into real-time information about music blobs. So you can just see like here's what one of the screens looks like, and then it has a visualizer too. And that was written in Angular, Ionic, and Cordova. And it's still floating around on some of the third party app stores right now, but I just haven't followed up with like the latest requirements for keeping the app up. Um, yeah, so I'll probably get to that. But anyway, if you go back to the portfolio, let's see where that is. Showcase. Okay. So that covers Install Doctor and Music Blobs. Recently, since my last full-time position and now, I've worked on other websites. For instance, this one, Lone Mountain Global. It's a portfolio site written using WordPress, for actually my aunt, who is like kind of like a hero um, in the United Nations in terms of like helping to stop healthcare corruption globally. So I was happy I got to make this portfolio site for her. So I'll open it. So this is one of my recent works. I created this icon with Chat GPT, and then I kind of styled the whole website around it. Like you could see those mountains are kind of like taken out of that, and then there's just a lot of stuff going on the website, but it's basically just like a basic portfolio website. And then I have a couple other ones. These four at the bottom are all WordPress sites. This one's an e-commerce site that I leave around as a sample in case anyone wants me to take over their e-commerce work. And then on the website, you can see all of these are links to websites like Docker Hub. You can see I have like 49 different Docker images, and there's, some of them are getting like 10,000 downloads a month and whatnot. Because I got really into linting, and there's more information about all this stuff on the website, and you could see the resume here. I also wrote a blog. I'm calling the Lab Insights Journal, and basically all these, I'm making sure all the articles are like come with like really cool bits of information, little mini projects that I work on. And one of those is how GitLab sponsored my custom code climate integrations. But if you go to megabyte.space, one of the things you might notice is that there's a phone number. Well, that phone number actually connects to a chat GPT, and text to speech and speech to text program that I just launched. There's a video for it on my YouTube. But basically, if you call that, you'll be talking to an AI that's trained on all the information that's included in the website, or at least I want it to be, and I just have to like it's a matter of formatting it properly. You could actually see here's the code that I used. So this is Twilio Labs call GPT, and basically the only difference in the code I had to make an AI powered, phone assistant was just to change the context here in that project and then deploy it using the instructions provided. I just made another video for that because I thought it was a cool project. And now I could have people, call this number and they could leave a message at 4 a.m. in the morning or whatever, and I can, you know, um, yeah, so that's everything. If you want to contact me, feel free to use the connect page um on the megabyte.space, or you can email me directly at brian@megabyte.space. And if you're a recruiter looking for my resume, it's in my showcase. And if you click PDF resume, you'll see there's me and there's my 3-page resume. All right, thanks for watching. I'm just including this on my website to explain my portfolio. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.